We are with members of the Boys and Girls Club now here in studio, and Patty McIntyre is one person. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
And I'm great. Thank you for asking. And my next guest I get excited about because I get Italian names on the show, and I get pumped up. Danesia Chicchirichi, good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Now, this is something that a lot of people don't know. The CH in Italian is a K sound. A lot of people want to ch that sound, but it's a K sound.
Yes.
So when I saw that in your name, I thought I bet a bunch of people call her Mrs. Chicchirichi.
Yes.
And they would be wrong.
They would be wrong. And if we were in Italy, it would be Chicchirichi.
Right. Yeah, that's beautiful. Hey, thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you.
You folks are busy right now with the United Way campaign, and when does that kick off?
It actually kicked off on the 1st
On
of
the
March.
1st of March. Oh, that was Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you do to kick it off?
We just did a Facebook campaign so far, and we're just asking people on our Facebook and getting our employees to sign up to try to donate to us.
Okay. How much money are you hoping to raise, Patty?
I don't know. What do you think? 50,000?
50,000 would be our goal.
Is that a reasonable goal?
I think so.
I think so.
Is that bigger than last year's goal?
Last year, I believe we did 57.
57. So this is attainable.
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
And is it most of it just donations, or are there some fundraising things that you do as well, activities and such?
We do have some fundraising. We have some partnerships with some local establishments, such as like the VFW in Jefferson County, local restaurant, Bar and Grill Bench Warmers, that and one in South Berkeley County called the Pub, where they've been gracious enough to do the hands. That if you purchase a hand for $1, all the proceeds go back to the Boys and Girls Club to go to the Unity campaign. So they partnered with us to make that happen.
And what's a hand?
So it's when you
Just
go
like
into
a
the
little
stores,
postcard.
the little postcards that you would see for like St. Jude's and so forth, and it's the hands together. It's our logo, and it's the dollar purchase goes in, and then they post it in their establishment saying that they support the Boys and Girls Club.
And when will this fundraiser end?
March 15th.
March 15th. So you've got 12 more days.
Yes.
And what's the total so far?
So far, we do not. I don't have numbers as of yet because we literally just got
Just
everything.
got it started.
Yes.
Okay, very good. How many Boys and Girls Clubs locations are there in the Panhandle?
There are 3.
One in each county.
Morgan, Berkeley, and Jefferson. Yes.
Okay. Where's the one in Morgan located?
It's on Berkmore Place. It's up by Reed's Pharmacy.
And
Up
Jefferson
on the hill.
County?
Jefferson is on North Lawrence Street, right by APU.
And Martinsburg.
Martinsburg is on John Street.
Now, usually Stacy Roan is here when we talk
Yes.
about the Boys and Girls Club, but
Yes.
she's occupied.
She is.
Yeah.
We don't know what she's doing. I think
Top
she's just on
secret.
vacation.
Top secret.
She doesn't tell us anything.
Yeah, very good. How many kids are served by the Boys and Girls Clubs in the Panhandle?
We have about 600 kids that are served in the Eastern Panhandle, and that's like from our school sites all the way through summer as well.
And what's your age group?
Age group is from 6 to 18.
And how many hours a week does a kid typically spend at the Boys and Girls Clubs?
It depends on what grade they're in, but if they are coming in from like a junior high or high school, it's from like 2, and we're open till 7. Usually the grade schools get out a little bit later, and they're usually there around like 3, and it's 3 to 7.
Billy?
Yeah, what's the budget for Boys and Girls Club for the 3 counties?
Altogether, it's around $2 million.
$2 million. Of that $2 million, everything's from grants, is it not, or donations?
Not everything.
You actually raise money.
We try not to be too grant heavy,
Okay.
because if you lose a grant.
You lose
You
a
know.
grant. Yeah. What? How do you raise money?
So we raise money through different events that we do. We have one coming up called Stephanie Pearson Champion for Youth, and where we celebrate somebody in the community that does well for the kids. And this
Kay
year,
Barkwell was last year, I think.
Kay Barkwell
Yeah.
was last year, and this year it's going to be Joyce Keys from South Berkeley County. She does warm hands, warm hearts.
Yeah.
And we felt like she was a great candidate to celebrate this year.
Yeah, as she is, as was Kay last year.
Yeah, Kay's amazing.
Yeah. How much do you get from United Way?
United Way, so it's not a dollar for dollar match. So
Okay.
whatever we raise, the general pot of what it goes into, you get a percentage based on what you
yeah,
raise. So if we
yeah.
raise 50% of the money, we would get 50%
Sure.
of $100,000. So it just depends on like what other organizations raise as to like what our percentage would be.
Johnny?
So the access to the the Boys and Girls Club, you say different age groups and such. Can the kids getting there by school bus? Like at the end of school, they're delivered. So it's like a child care after school.
Yes, so we do have several buses that come in for all the different counties. In Ranson County, we have Ranson Elementary, Harpers Ferry Middle, Charlestown. They all drop off at Jefferson. And then we have 5 school sites also that we do in Martinsburg that also have an after-school program. And then they come after that, so they get bussed in after that as well. And Morgan County actually has 2 buses that drop off as well.
So can every kid whose parents are working, can every kid get to a Boys and Girls Club through some kind of school transportation system?
Not every kid. We don't have transportation everywhere. That's something that we definitely are working on, and that is something that
Everybody who's in a school.
Not everybody that's in a school can get transportation. Like, you know how big Berkeley County is. We don't have any transportation from the southern end of the county.
Okay.
It depends on, we have 21st Century, which is what we do our after school programming with, and then we get buses from that, and that's how we are able to pay for that. But that is part of what our money that we raise, that we can maybe get transportation for more kids to come.
And is there an entry fee or for the
So-
kids whoever's there, is there a fee to be there?
It's $15 a month, but it's also based on financial aid. So if they can't afford the $15 a month, we offer financial aid for any of the families that need it. We don't turn away any kids.
You have a lot of programs, and the kids enjoy. One of which has been kind of standby over the years is photography, taught by Pat Murphy. Is that still an active program that the kids take interest in?
At this moment, it is not. We are actually redoing the photography lab, so unfortunately that's been put on pause for now. But Pat Murphy's been great. He's been with us for 50 years and has done that. So if you come in the club, you'll see all the works, that we have in the hallways that the kids have done. So we're hoping to elevate that and do like a digital arts program down there as well as continuing on with like the dark lab, the photo lab down there.
Sure.
So there's a window, 2-week window and change for the United Way campaign. Is there a way for people to donate to Boys and Girls Club year round if they want?
Yes, they can go on our webpage. It's www.bgca, bgcepwv.net. You can go on and you can log on to our Facebook page and you can go on and donate that way.
Boys Girls Club, Eastern Panhandle,
Panhandle.
West Virginia,
Correct.
BGCEPWV.
Yep, that's
Oh,
correct.
and you can make a one-time, monthly, or
You can do one time, you
roundup.
could do monthly, you could have, we have a roundup program that you can do with your credit card as well. So you can actually, like, as you're purchasing things, you don't even notice that you're rounding up and your change is gone.
Yeah, so you buy something that's $1.74, you round it up, you get to 26 cents.
Exactly.
Yeah, you do that for a bunch of people over the course of a year. That
It actually adds up.
Adds up, yeah.
It adds up pretty quickly and you don't really miss it.
do you know what your total is from that over the course of the last year?
I don't have those numbers.
Is it a couple $1,000 maybe?
I'm sure. Yeah.
Every bit counts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you get any federal grants that you're concerned about right now?
Yeah. When all the changes were happening, we were kind of concerned with our food program, whether or not that was going to shut down. We do serve the kids dinner and a snack every day. And if that had shut down, I don't know what we would do to help feed the kids. So that was a big concern for us. And the 21st Century is our after school programming. If we lost the funding for that, we would, I don't know, like that's why we try not to be as grant heavy.
Sure. Do you have any idea what those two programs amount to per year?
CACFP is probably, I don't know, Amber has the numbers, probably around 300,000.
So it's a significant
It's a
amount.
significant amount. And 21st Century, I'm not sure. It's a couple-year program, so it's a couple $1 million for that. But it helps, we pay for teachers to be there for the kids to do homework help. So we have, actual teachers to help out.
And what are you hearing, if anything, right now?
We haven't heard much. We had a little bit of a scare, and then they seemed to back off a little bit. So hopefully that stays the same.
At this time, no news is good news.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, we'll keep
Yeah.
our
So we're
fingers
just kind
crossed for
of
you.
going as normal.
Yeah. So, what other ways can the Boys and Girls Clubs raise money? If you are facing a significant hole in your budget, a budget shortfall of 30%, what are your options?
So currently, what we're putting together is we're trying to build. I'm new to this position, so I'm trying to build some partnerships and collaborations with businesses and people within the community to see how we can, we can come together and kind of fill this gap.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the things, is building some relationships and partnerships within the community, so that way we can still continue to service the children that need it.
Is there a way, if you're getting a large grant for meals, is there a way, if you have to replace some or all of that by getting relationships with supermarkets and what have you, that you can get some donated or severely discounted food in its place?
So what actually I'm currently working on, and Patty is actually one of the things that she had came up with. We are doing a peanut butter and jelly drive, is what we're calling it. It's a community food. It's the essence of a community food drive. We've partnered with Corner Connection and Blue Umbrella Marketing, and so it's going to kick off April and towards the end of April, and we're going to seek out sponsorships because summertime's coming, and these children will be in the club in the summer program predominantly most of the day. So we're going to reach out to different businesses to see, would you like to sponsor, whether it's, the meal for that day or for the week. And then they're also going to collect shelf-stable food where you can drop off at Corner Connection, and then we're working on some other drop-off locations. And so the slogan is, spread the love and spread the peanut butter.
Can people drop off just randomly peanut butter and jelly at the Boys and Girls Club?
Absolutely.
Loaf of bread, that kind of thing?
Yes.
That would be great.
Yes.
And you can use that every day?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Let's drop off some peanut butter and jelly. I love peanut butter and jelly. Can't get enough of it.
Well, the Boys and Girls Club is quite successful. We all recognize that. But part of your success are your board of directors. And looking at the board of directors, I'm impressed with how diverse they are in terms of involvement in the community. You have psychiatrists, you have judges, retired judges, you have bankers, you have local contractors, you have a wide array. How do you recruit these folks? It takes a lot of effort to get such an effective board of directors as what you have.
So Miss Stacy Rowan is she is the mastermind behind that, definitely. She definitely vets out who she thinks is a good fit for and it's a very diverse board, and they all bring something to the table. They're just phenomenal. We are very blessed to have such a great board.
And I know a lot of these individually. How engaged are they on the board?
We have great engagement from our board members. I will say that they are definitely very involved. They are all in. Whenever we have something that's going on, they're actively, they have their input, and they really step up to the plate to help out. So we have great engagement, which is a rarity. I've served on some previous nonprofit boards in the past, and to have the board engagement that we have is phenomenal. Yeah,
because it's important, one, to get the right type of people, and you've certainly done this. But when you get individuals as well qualified and as much involved in the community as what your boards are, getting them, keeping them engaged in the boards with the organization itself is impressive. So hats off to you, hats off to Stacy and the others for having an effective board.
Thank you.
So let's talk about the United Way campaign itself. I am on the United Way Eastern Panhandle website right now, and I see how I can give to the United Way. I don't see how I can direct that money to Boys and Girls Clubs.
We should be on there. I know we set up a page. I was not the person in charge of setting that up, so I'm not really sure.
Well, and I also haven't actually gone through the actual
Okay.
the final
there is a
donation
page
thing.
there, and I would
Okay.
love to say I know text to give, and I know it's 71777, but I don't know what our number is, unfortunately.
Yeah, there's also a mailer that goes along with
There
electronic, and I know in the mailer you're near the top, if not on the top. We were looking at it last night.
So
Exactly.
walk us through the logistics of what you would like our listeners to do.
Well, our biggest thing is if you feel so led, please give. These are, there are many great causes to give to, but what we're doing is we're trying to provide a safe and a safe place for these children to be.
And the avenue through which to give is the United Way website.
Yes.
Yeah, United Way for this campaign, and then if after the campaign is over, just to go to our website itself, and you can also give that way.
Okay, so I guess there's my question. Why not just go to your website?
Because we get a percentage of. There's a donor that gave, I think it's $100,000, and by how
there's
much
a matching fund?
There's a matching fund.
Gotcha.
So by how much we raise, it's not dollar for dollar again. It's going to be whatever percentage that we raise, then we can get a percentage of that money. So it enables
see.
us to get a little bit more.
So it is advantageous to go through United Way.
Absolutely. Yeah, because we
Okay.
get a little bit more.
Okay.
Cover that donor thing again, please, before we run out of time. The $100,000 donation and the matching funds.
What do you mean?
You just mentioned there was a
Yeah.
donor, and if you go through United
So
Way,
if you go
get
through United Way, you'll get we'll get a partial match. So if you deliver to us, again, you can go on the United Way and click on our box, and then however much you give, then we'll get like another percentage back.
Is there a cap on that?
There's not a cap that I know of. I think it's unlimited. So as far as you go, of course, unless the donor gives more, but there is a cap on how much money we can get, like the $100,000 as a match.
But the $100,000 is augmented by a lot of folks, by several folks contributing to United Way unencumbered. So instead of designated a group, they just give it to United Way, and United Way makes that decision. So that $100,000 is augmented by more money.
Got a couple minutes left here. Could you highlight some of the programs the Boys and Girls Clubs offers to our youth in our community?
Some of the programs that we run are, we have recreation, we have STEM learning, we do art, we do photography. During the summer, we go on field trips, so we need money for transportation in order to go on the field trips. As Danesia said, that we need to help offset like the money for food. And of course, like all the money goes towards like us just having good programs and good people to run the programs, honestly. I know people don't want to hear about like, the operational part of it. But in order to have the kids be there and be safe and have their person at the club, we need the money to actually, pay our employees to be there.
Do you get funds from the county as well?
We do get some funds. I know the county commission, we do get some funds from them as well. I think we do grants through the county commission. So there's different avenues, revenue streams that we get.
How about the city of Martinsburg government?
Yes, city of Martinsburg also.
Very good. And is the state also, you said, are there state grants as well that you apply for?
There's federal grants. I wouldn't say like state grants. I know Stacy's been really good. We have a capital campaign that we'll be running, and we've gotten money secured from like Governor Justice, now Senator Justice, and from Shelley Moore Capito and Manchin. So we've gotten money that way as well to help build a bigger facility in Martinsburg.
Any idea what percentage your user fees covers out of your budget?
Not a lot. It costs $3,000 for the kids to come to the club, and for $15 a month for the parents to pay. That's where we have to offset it with any of the fundraising that we do.
Very good. Are you looking to add any additional programs or personnel within the next year?
I mean, I would love to, one of our main focuses is our teens. I would love to have like a teen director come in and run a program strictly for teens. And try to get our teen population back into our clubs.
Did you lose most of them during COVID?
COVID, we lost a lot of teens. I think they found that they could stay at home, and they were then the babysitters for their siblings, and so we didn't really get them back. We're starting to get them back through like our middle schoolers now who are coming in and staying.
What's the youngest you can be in the Boys and Girls Clubs?
You can be 6 years old.
6?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yep.
What's your bubble? Where's your biggest age group?
Right now, our biggest bubble is going to be 3rd through 5th grade.
That group right there.
Mm-hmm.
Is that typical, or is this the unusual bubble?
No, it's pretty typical. Yeah, it's a lot of the younger kids, and then we have some of the older kids as well. But it's mostly the younger kids. So really,
And the people you bring in to run programs, are they mostly volunteers, or do you pay some?
no, we have a paid staff. So we have unit directors in each one of our buildings, and we have in Martinsburg we have an assistant unit director as well, and then we pay our staff to be there.
And even someone who comes in to run, you were talking about having someone for teens, that would be a paid
That would be
position.
a paid position. Yes.
All right, very good.
Yeah.
Hey, I've got about 30 seconds left. Your last chance to promote the fundraiser that ends March the 15th. Hit it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so yes, if you can definitely go to the United Way, give to the Unity campaign. We greatly appreciate any support that you can provide for us. These children, it's a well-deserved program, and I think that it feels good to give. So if you can reach out and give, that would be wonderful.
Thank you both for coming in.
Thank you.
Danesia and Patty from the Boys and Girls Clubs at 9:57.